I'm Julie Meyer. I'm the CEO of Viva Investment Partners based out of Zurich, Switzerland. This is the FTE Capital Markets broadcast. The tectonic plates of the world are changing. We believe more than ever before that society works best when it's organized around the entrepreneur. That's not a claim. There's so much evidence for that. And we bring that evidence to you in our FTE Summit Series. FTE stands for Follow the Entrepreneur. We've been doing that for nearly 20 years. From the Four Seasons Hampstead in the UK, then we took the show on the road and we went down to Dubrovnik and Malta and Taormina, Sicily, and then Greece, Kea, Athens, and Mykonos. From 2024 onwards, we've expanded the series to 4 times a year. That's 4 times that we bring leaders together, entrepreneurs and investors, the people building the future, solving society's problems, and the financiers who want to back them in Switzerland and in Greece. And then the FTE Capital Markets enables investors, financiers to participate in the value that they create through the connectivity and the involvement and their expertise working with those entrepreneurs and their management teams. We believe the community is our alpha. So consider this your invitation to join the FTE Capital Markets. Come to our FTE summits. Join us as a member of the FTE Global Partners. And if you are a financier looking to participate in the upside that you bring to the companies that you invest in, consider this your invitation to join the FTE Capital Markets. Now, people ask me all the time, what's the investment strategy of Viva Investment Partners? What exactly do you do? And I say, we do 3 things. We support families, we back entrepreneurs, and we have a pair of glasses which is unique and differentiated in the market for 12 years. First of all, why families? Well, I think that's pretty obvious. Families build morality. And what's wrong with the world, in a word, is no morality. Evil is naked. The only way to stop the lack of any kind of ethical conduct in our regulatory authorities, in our justice system, in the financial system, in all of the chambers of power throughout the world is to create moral human beings, and families do that. So we support families, and we do everything that we can to help families grow together. We don't make judgments about what a good family is, but we know that when families stay together, good things happen to those children. That's one reason why we're creating Kea Valley, which is 1 hour away from Athens International. It's on the incredible island of Kea, or Tsia, as the locals call it. It's an island that I discovered 4 years ago, and we are building a community there, a business that started from our first footsteps onto the island, realizing that there was a very special thing that could happen if you're that close to an international airport in a kind of tabula rasa environment where there's so much opportunity to build a new way of living. That new way of living is leveraging all of our know-how in terms of how good communities exist online, but making it an online-offline community, bringing in the best communications and technology infrastructure for sure, but also healthcare and education. So follow us at Kea Valley if you'd like to be part of building out communities in the Mediterranean. And why the Mediterranean, aside from the sunshine? Well, Ernst & Young says that the Mediterranean is the 2nd largest trading zone after the United States. It just doesn't hang together as a trading zone. We can think back to certain things that happened 2,000 years ago in the Mediterranean and probably come to the conclusion that it could rise again. We start with Kea Valley. We're creating a codified architecture for Kea Valley. We have backed it ourselves. We have co-investors who are backing us, and we are building the future of families and communities. Entrepreneurs, I think we and I am particularly well known for backing some of Europe's leading entrepreneurs for 25 years. Since I went to London in 1998 after my year at INSEAD, building out First Tuesday, which was arguably the first social network in Europe, creating hundreds of millions of dollars of value for the entrepreneurs and the investors, and really, as many said, igniting the internet generation. Sold that business in 2000 to Jerusalem Global. And then I rolled that forward into Ariadne Capital, which pioneered the entrepreneurs backing entrepreneurs model for the financing of entrepreneurship and innovation. And we did that running our own fund, building Entrepreneur Country, doing more than $1 billion of transactions over those years, and had partnerships with Grupo Santander, IBM, and sold that business into Pelion Pension Advisors in 2018. We've been building out and continuing our mission to back entrepreneurs because they are society's problem solvers out of Zurich, Switzerland since 2018. And then the pair of glasses that we have and that we give to you when you come to the FTE capital markets is ecosystem economics. Since 2010, we've been talking about how the winners in any new environment, any clean sheet of paper ecosystem, these new digital native platforms, these are companies that have created the economic models for the ecosystems that they've developed. And in building the profitability for the ecosystems, they became the ecosystem economics winner. Now, a lot of incumbents, the established businesses, the Goliaths of every sector, they know how their companies are being broken into by the digital disruptors. We don't need to tell them and analyze the problem anymore. We need to solve that problem. Follow the entrepreneur. We organize break into your own house workshops because whether you're in art or waste, money or health, whatever business you're in, whatever your family or your industry business is, you are being invaded. You are being disrupted. The point is not to identify. The point is to invite that intruder into your house for a glass of wine or a cup of tea. Do you have a systematic way of talking to the intruders and the invaders? Those intruders and invaders are mainstreaming right now. If you ignore them, they will build a balance sheet and they will scale. They will talk to financiers who will back them. Case in point, LinkedIn. Case in point, so many of the businesses that ought not to have succeeded, except that the incumbents underestimated them, which is in general a gift to be underestimated. So if you'd like to understand how to break into your own house, to create a systematic way of engaging with the entrepreneurs who could become your enablers instead of disruptors, then you'll want to hang out with us and to put on a pair of glasses that we call ecosystem economics. That leads us to the velocity of the shift. It's happening very, very fast, but it's not just the speed, it is velocity. We know the destination, we got the pair of glasses. So if you want to understand the velocity of the shift, again, consider yourself invited. If you want to finance the shift, come and co-invest with us. We don't just exist to talk. We're not a talk shop. We exist to finance the shift for the benefit of the ecosystem. And that brings me to my last point, is that today, Friday, the 23rd of February, is our 3-year anniversary. 3 years ago, with John Porter, a very dear friend of mine who tragically passed away in November 2021, John and I took control of Viva Investment Partners for the benefit of our shareholders. We've had a fabulous 3 years. We've bought companies, we've sold companies, we've discovered projects, we've taken things to market, we've scaled and we've discovered all sorts of opportunities at Viva Investment Partners, and we are in our rose period. If you'd like to join us in the next period, if you'd like to be partners of a story that is all about the entrepreneur. It's all about putting the entrepreneur at the heart of society, precisely when society has so many problems to solve. And if your businesses could benefit from working with us, do get involved, do get in touch, and please consider this your invitation to be part of us. That brings us to the end of this broadcast of the FT Capital Markets. I look forward to seeing you each week. Thank you very much.